Hey, what's going on, everybody? Max here with BB, and today for 10 Minutes Max, we're going to be talking about what's going on with Bitcoin and altcoins, and how although Bitcoin feels very heavy here, and sentiment is surely negative right now, instead of this being the end, there's a chance that this actually might be the beginning of something amazing, something that we call alt season. Now, I'll be completely honest with you guys. I am feeling a little bit uneasy about what I'm seeing out there because there's so much that's contradicting sentiment right now, and there's also a lot of technical factors that are contradicting each other, which I'm going to present to you guys as clearly as I possibly can today. So bear with me. If you can make it the whole video, it's going to be longer than 10 minutes. I apologize. I promise it will be worth it, and hopefully you will gain some clarity coming out of it. But there's some very interesting things happening under the surface right now that I believe I have found and discovered. I don't see many people talking about it, but something is lying to you right now. And we're going to talk about what that is. Either Bitcoin's lying or altcoins are lying. And I think there is a tremendous amount of volatility coming imminently. So before we get into it, guys, please do me a solid, like the video and also subscribe to the channel. It helps us grow tremendously. And again, thank you guys for the support. Also, disclaimer, this is not going to be a 10-minute video, even though the segment is called 10 Minutes Max. So like I said, this is going to be a long video. I have a lot to discuss with you guys. But let's get into all of it. Let me make sure we are centered here. All right, so here's Bitcoin. So what we're going to do is we're going to actually type in something custom here. We're going to do a little equation. So what we're going to do is type in others, and we are going to divide that by Bitcoin USD. All right. So some of you may be looking at this going, "Oh, he's just showing us like others dominance again." No, this is different than others dominance, and I'll show you what I'm talking about because you guys have been following the channel for a while. You know what others dominance is. So let me just define a couple things before we get into it, because some people are new here, some people, they haven't been following as closely. So I want everybody to understand this. All right. So here's the difference, right? There's some pretty clear differences, right? So from this high, this is others dominance down here. I'm just showing you how they're different. And this is others divided by BTC. You can see clearly they are different, although, they look kind of similar. There are some distinct differences in this chart. They're close, but they're not the same. Now, what is others? Okay, others is basically your mid cap and small coin altcoin index. In a funny way, you could call it your shitcoin index. Okay, it's basically everything in crypto as an index minus the top 10 names by market cap. So minus Bitcoin, ETH, Sol, BNB, Tether, etc. The top 10 are excluded. So it's your shitcoin index, small cap, mid cap, altcoins. All right. Now, why are we dividing it by Bitcoin? All right. What we're really trying to gauge here is, and drown out as much noise as possible. What we're trying to gauge here is, what are mid cap and small cap altcoins doing versus the king, right? We can measure Bitcoin against ETH, ETH against Bitcoin, Sol against Bitcoins. There's a million different pairs, but what we really want to see is like, what is the state of the market right now? And what should we expect moving forward? And a lot of what we're doing right now is, we're looking at probabilities, we're looking at things that have played out historically and trying to overlay them with where we're at right now contextually to figure out what might happen next, right? So obviously right now Bitcoin is looking pretty heavy, okay, which is scaring a lot of people, and to be honest, myself included, right? Like Bitcoin's down at 59K. It's not exactly a beautiful look, right? But here's where we're going to go with this. So I wanted to just explain to you what the top chart was. And now we're going to get into all of it. Okay, so actually let me label this up here. So this is others divided by Bitcoin. And you could think of this as your shitcoin to BTC ratio. All right. Now, hang with me, guys. This is going to be a longer video, but it is quite important, I think, to hang in there so I can present this to you guys. All right. Now, what I would like to do is just go through some of these levels and figure out what has happened historically, all right? And then we're going to move it up. So one thing that I've noticed is this little pattern, which I've shown you guys before, but I'm going to go through the whole thing, and we're going to talk about everything, okay? So here's this little pattern, okay? Bitcoin's now below 59, so very, very interesting. It does this little 1, 2, 3, okay? 1, 2, 3, then we get alt season. All right. Same thing. Oops. Same thing right here. 1, 2, 3, then we get alt season. All right. So what I'm thinking is possible, and I'll move this out of log just so you guys can see it a little bit more clearly. 1, 2, 3, we might be about to get alt season. Now, this is not the most exciting part of what I'm about to show you. Bitcoin's now 58.7. This is interesting. This is potentially happening in real time. So we're about to figure this out sooner rather than later. Okay. So let me remove these dots, present to you guys my case for why, in fact, we might be entering the beginning rather than the end. So what I would like to do here is move Bitcoin up and talk about something very specific that we see every single cycle. All right. This is the beginning of alt season. Okay. This is potentially the beginning of alt season, and I'm going to explain to you why. All right. Now let's label this Bitcoin just so people don't forget. All right. There's Bitcoin. Now, what I want to do is I want to mark out for Bitcoin, like where are we at within this larger cycle, right? It's pertinent to understand that first, okay? So let's mark out our bear market lows, right? So like this for Bitcoin was your capitulation, your bear market low, like it was completely over, right? It's pretty identifiable on the chart. You can just kind of look at it and be like, yeah, that was, that was it, right? And then shortly after this, you see, something pretty specific, with, this shitcoin to Bitcoin ratio, our others to Bitcoin ratio pair. So again, just, we don't need this, but I wanted to just kind of show you guys where my head is at. Like that's the capitulation phase for Bitcoin. So let's mark out when Bitcoin was leaving the capitulation phase. Okay. So we'll just say like right here. All right. And we will label this, we'll put this in black, and we will label this Bitcoin. We'll just say Bitcoin global bottom. Okay. It's not the exact bottom, but the purpose of me showing this is, and you guys should be able to see that down on the bottom. I'll make it big. You should be able to see pretty clearly here, like this is when Bitcoin exited the despair zone. Okay. So let me put this over here. Same thing happened right here. You can see we capitulated. And then we moved up from there. So this was the last area, right before Bitcoin exited the despair zone, right? It doesn't have to be perfect, but you get the point. All right, now let's do that over here. All right, so Bitcoin exits the despair zone, kind of the same as every other cycle. All right, now here's what we are going to do next. We are going to highlight basically this 1, 2, 3 move, right? So we have 1, 2, 3, and we have 1, 2, 3. We have 1, 2, potentially 3, right? It hasn't happened yet. Now I can remove these dots later, but I want them here just for now to make things super clear. Okay, Bitcoin's still under 59K right now. We're potentially watching this in real time. All right. Now we're going to highlight everything that has happened here. Everything that has happened here for the others Bitcoin pair, which is your shitcoin to Bitcoin ratio, right? And the reason we're doing this right now is because although Bitcoin is now, just at 59K, altcoins are actually kind of holding up here, and it's really weird. So somebody's lying to you. Bitcoin's lying and bluffing to the downside, and we're about to get alt season, or alts are about to catch up, and Bitcoin's gonna continue to gig a nuke, and altcoins are gonna gig a nuke even harder. Okay. So let's highlight this. Let's go through each one. All right. So when Bitcoin exits that global bottom, first move we see on our shitcoin index is down. Okay. So let's go through. We'll mark them all out. Okay. What's the first thing we see here? Bitcoin exits the despair zone. And you see again, I hope you guys don't mind. I'm just going to continue to call it the shitcoin index. The first impulse is down. Okay. So again, here we are. Let's keep it moving. And we're just going to put this in purple, okay? So when Bitcoin exits the despair zone, that's what we see, all right? When Bitcoin exits the despair zone, we see the purple. All right, hang on. Let me get organized here. There's a lot going on. And we're doing it in real time while price is sliding, so a lot going on. All right, what's the next thing that we see? Once Bitcoin's out of the despair zone, we see a prompt recovery from our shitcoin index, okay? Others BTC, we'll put this in green. That's basically like the market saying, hey, okay, Bitcoin is done. That was the bottom. Alts can recover, right? So they nuke, Bitcoin recovers, exits the despair zone. That's basically just Bitcoin leading off the bottom. Alts giga recover, right? And then they basically get, and we'll just put this in like a red box, okay? And then we get our, 1, 2, 3. Then we get our final, as Bitcoin's climbing up, about to go into price discovery, you get your red box, okay? And that's like the final sell-off for alts before alt season. And the implication of this chart right here, guys, is if this chart, and I should have covered this in the beginning, if this chart is moving up, others against Bitcoin, that means that small cap and mid cap alts are outperforming Bitcoin. They're a better hold than Bitcoin. If they're moving down, Bitcoin's a better hold than altcoins. All right, let's keep it moving. After our purple zone, right, we got green. Same exact thing. Hey, the bottom is in. Bitcoin let off the bottom. Now alts can recover, right? Alts can recover nicely. And then we get, a final sell-off. Okay, same exact thing as the first cycle. It's our red box. Okay, now let's see where we're at right now. Same exact thing. Alts recovered nicely. And we are potentially in our red box, right? Now, what I want to show you guys here is like, obviously this could be playing out. And actually, let me add some more lines here. So now we're going to put on like the shitcoin index, we're going to put a blue line for when it like bottom before alt season. Okay. Just do like right there. Close enough. Okay. Perfect. Now, what I want to show you guys, and I'm going to remove these dots here. We don't need them anymore. Is what Bitcoin has done before we got alt season, right? Before we got this move, right? Because that's what we're all in crypto for, is this move, right? You want this move because when you get this kind of move, that means that alts are going bananas. That means that alts are kicking Bitcoin's butt. Okay, that means that you throw shotgun effect. You throw your money at any altcoin and it goes up, multiples and multiples and multiples. That's what this chart is, right? When your shitcoin index, when others BTC is moving up like this, that's when things get wild. Now I want to show you guys what happens every time we're in this red box. Okay, so again, Bitcoin exits the global bottom. I've got this labeled with black vertical lines. Purple box sell-off as Bitcoin leads off the bottom. Then alts get the all clear to recover, but not before one final sell-off and then alt season, right? And alt season in both these instances from the, the final sell-off was, say, 490 days roughly, right? I'm not measuring super accurately, but you can see 400 days, roughly, depending on where you want to start your measurement from. So alt season can last a while. Now let's zoom in and look at this, okay? Let's look at what Bitcoin did. Let's look at what Bitcoin did when we were in this red box, okay? Let's look at this. As alts against Bitcoin were in this red box right here, you can see it just did this like, it was almost like a bear trap, right? Like this was like a really mechanical like bottom, right? It's like a C shape, it's just like zoop, capitulation, right? This is for alts against Bitcoin. What did Bitcoin do? Right, and we could even move this over right here. Doesn't matter, right? If the bottom is in, it could be right here. Once alts BTC start to recover, Bitcoin nuked right here from about 1150, 1200 down to 750. That was a 30% drop. Okay, so alts actually started to recover out of this red box. It went purple, green, red. Did this little like capitulation fake out. Bitcoin nukes 30%. And then we get alt season. So Bitcoin capitulated us into alt season. All right, let's keep it moving. Let's keep it moving. Next example. Okay, next example. Let's move Bitcoin down. Let's make it more precise. Let's take a look at what happened here. We're in our red box again, right? What do we see happening here? We went purple, green, red. Bitcoin nuked from 42K down to 28K. It's about a 30% drop. Okay. About a 35% drop. Not quite. 35% drop, same as last cycle, right? So we got the same thing, right? Purple, green, red. And we got this same sort of, really predatory alts just get abused, right? But Bitcoin pulled back here 30%. And look at what happened to altcoins. Bitcoin down, alts against Bitcoin starting to recover. Bitcoin lied to you, right? And then, of course, from here, Bitcoin pulled a 2x, alts went up like crazy, right? So Bitcoin was lying to you. But if you were ignoring this chart and you were ignoring the obvious signs, you'd be looking at this going, well, alts are, this is a dead cat bounce. Alts are, they're down 30, Bitcoin's down 30%. My alts are going to slide and capitulate. When in reality, if you were paying close attention to this pair, you would have recognized, yeah, Bitcoin may have gone down 30%, but it was bluffing. It was a clear rotation into altcoins for the imminent alt season. You would have missed out on the most incredible altcoin gains if you were only looking at Bitcoin and using that to determine your positioning in altcoins. So again, past two cycles, the exact same. Purple, green, red. Bitcoin pulls back, aggressively, 20, 30, 40% even. I didn't take a measurement on the first one. It could have been almost 40. And then alt season, right? Let's go to where we're at right now. Let's take a look at it. All right. What are we seeing right now? What are we seeing right now in front of our very eyes? Bitcoin looks awful. Bitcoin looks like it's about to nuke. We went purple, green, red, and we held this low, which is what we did in every other cycle as well. What do we notice about the shape and the formation of this sell-off as well? Same type of like predatory bear trap. You could even call this, the traders will call this a PO3, with this being your final deviation before up. So how does this make sense? Again, Bitcoin is down here in the dumps, 59K. And what do we see right here? We see others Bitcoin starting to move up aggressively off of this low. Alts are refusing to give out as Bitcoin is looking like it wants to capitulate, right? So this is the idea, is that, Bitcoin could be lying to you right now. Bitcoin could be fake capitulating into alt season, just like we've seen the previous two cycles. Now let me zoom out. I'm going to add some more stuff onto here as well. Okay. I'm going to add some more stuff onto here as well. Now, none of this is a guarantee. This is an observation. Okay. This is an observation, something that I have noticed about the charts, right? Is that this happens every single cycle, right? This has happened so far. We only have 2 data points, right? So take it for what it is. But same exact thing. Again, you go 1, 2, 3, alt season. You go 1, 2, 3, alt season. 1, 2, 3. Bitcoin looks like crap. It's scaring everybody. And others Bitcoin is moving up again. Maybe it is, right? Maybe it is. It could be the same thing. Now, what's really, an additional point of confluence here of as to why Bitcoin could actually be lying to you, and this could be the start of alt season, which, by the way, alt season has started by Bitcoin doing this fake out every time, like I just showed you. Alts against Bitcoin move up slowly. Bitcoin looks like it's on a cliff, pulls back 25, 35%. Alt season is the ETH BTC pair. Okay. ETH BTC, to me, is not indicating that it is time to be, overly fearful, right? It is not telling me that at all. Because if you look at ETH BTC right here, right? ETH BTC, and this is Bitcoin down below. These doodles are from earlier, right? So we can use them. It's fine. This is your despair zone for ETH BTC. ETH BTC has been trending down. I mean, really since 2021. It's been trending down for 900 days, right? Typically, you see a global top for Bitcoin after ETH BTC has been trending up. Like, so for example, here's a global top for Bitcoin. Here's a global top for Bitcoin. Let me remove these drawings here. We don't need them. Okay. We can come back to these later. Look at these two global tops for Bitcoin right here. It comes after ETH BTC has gone crazy, right? It comes after ETH BTC has gone up like this, right? Not after ETH BTC, in my opinion, has found a high time frame swing low and pivot off of the low and is about to break up. Okay, so ETH BTC showing strength tells me that Bitcoin might be bluffing here, guys. You know, it might be bluffing, which is what I was showing you guys over here, is that alt season actually kicks off when Bitcoin bluffs to the downside. And that might be happening right now. Either that or it's completely over and this cycle's different. That's the truth. That is the truth. Now I'm gonna, just for a point of reference, I'm gonna throw on ETH BTC to the bottom of this chart as well, just to show you. Now you should be familiar with this chart. We got our shitcoin ratio, we got everything labeled, right? Bitcoin global bottoms. You see what others against Bitcoin does right over here. Okay. I'll readjust this a little bit. Oops. Right, so you see what our altcoins against Bitcoin does. I've got it all clearly labeled. Now let's look at ETH BTC, right? Because ETH BTC is when the market goes risk on. When ETH BTC starts pumping, that's your go signal. That is long everything under the sun, right? So let's see what ETH BTC is doing right now in comparison to the previous cycles if we are in this red box, right? Let's throw the red box on this chart as well. Right, all right, there's our red box. So it looks like it was a little, capitulation, deviation. And then after that, we had alt season. ETH went crazy against Bitcoin. How about right now, right? Or the previous cycle. Little deviation, aggressive bleed, right? Then we had alt season. What are we doing right now? What are we doing right now? Let's draw a red box here on ETH BTC again. Could it be that this red box for ETH BTC is the same as this little drop right here and this little drop right here before we went crazy? Right? And ETH BTC is moving up. I mean, it even looks the same, right? It's like you got these little, you got like, here, I'll draw these dots again. You got like 1, 2, 1, 2, deviation below, below this structure, right? Right? Like kind of the same looking move, right? Now we're up above it. We just retested it, same thing over here, like little deviation right below this level. And then alt season. So that's what I'm saying, guys, is like somebody's lying to you. Okay? Somebody's lying to you right now. And I'll be honest with you guys. Like this is the high risk spot where like you either gig along right before alt season, or you got overconfident and you thought Bitcoin was bluffing and you get liquidated. Like I'm not going to sit here and tell you that I know with a 100-degree, certainty, with a 100% probability of this playing out. But what I will say is that either Bitcoin is lying to you, and this is the start of alt season. As I showed you, we've gone purple, green, red, same type of bottom every single time. Alt's refusing to give out while Bitcoin is pressuring the lows. And then when Bitcoin recovers, you get alt season for like 300 to 400 days and everybody retires. You either get that, or Bitcoin is probably going down to the low 50s. And that's the truth. Either Bitcoin is lying or alts are about to catch up to Bitcoin and completely rug. I'm going to tell you guys what I'm doing right now. Okay. My strategy is not for everybody, and my strategy is not an endorsement or a recommendation at all. It's very high risk. It's very high reward. I've been in this game for a long time. I've developed a stomach for it. And I also have the luxury of riding positions that I accumulated months and months ago that are deeply in profit. And I'm not recommending anything to anybody. I am not selling anything here. It is my personal opinion, and I'm not looking to hedge my bets here, okay? If I'm wrong, then I'll come on here and be like, well, I guess purple, green, red didn't work out how I thought. I'll just say it as it is, and I will have lost money. I think that we're going to go purple, green, red, and I think that Bitcoin might be bluffing here. I do. I think that Bitcoin might be bluffing here. ETH BTC looks incredible. It looks like it's going to rip higher. I believe that we've done the same little, purple, green, red for others BTC, our shitcoin ratio, every single time. I believe that the next 300 to 400 days could potentially be life-changing for those holding and convicted to altcoins. And if I'm wrong, then I'm wrong. I've had a great cycle, you know, and I've done it with integrity, and I've been honest, and I've covered it the whole way. Um, but I think that this is the beginning of alt season rather than the end of the cycle. So I'm going to get this video out as soon as possible. I'm not selling anything. If the captain goes down with his ship, then he goes down with his ship. But I have data in front of me that suggests to me that there is a higher probability than not that this is the beginning rather than the end. And I plan to have my positioning reflect exactly that. Guys, before you go, please consider liking and subscribing. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I know we went on for a while here, as we always do, but I think there was some good information, at least give you something to think about. Additionally, if you want to support us and support your own trading journey, if you enjoyed this video, you will love the Discord, guys. Check out the first link in the description below where you can go to our website and sign up for our Discord. What you can expect right now is 2.5 hours each day, every single day, of private live voice calls with me and the entire Because Bitcoin team and community. We talk charts, price, analysis, things that we don't talk about here on YouTube. You get to truly see behind the curtain on everything I'm doing positioning-wise. You will love it, guys. We do Q&A, everything. You get to communicate with me and the team 24/7. Truly an unparalleled experience, guys. Definitely consider checking it out. And a little bit of a bonus, within the next 30 days, you are going to get free access included in your existing Discord membership to our new flagship product called the BB Terminal. It's basically a Bloomberg terminal, but for crypto, guys. It's got heat maps, derivatives data, portfolio tracking, literally everything that you could need to succeed in these markets, all bundled together into one super website, guys. So again, that's going to be included in your Discord membership. So sign up sooner rather than later. Last but not least, guys, check out the second link in the description below. If you want to speed run your educational journey towards understanding these markets, we compiled a masterclass for you guys called the BB Academy. Me and the entire BB team, we chose what we're best at, and we basically made an awesome masterclass for you guys. There's a lot of good information out there. There's also a lot of people teaching the wrong information. We can save you a lot of time, energy, and money learning the wrong things. Cut through all that. We can teach you the right things. Guys, support us. Support your trading journey. BB Academy, second link in the description below, guys. It's unbelievable. You're going to love it. It's got everything that you need, all of our tips, all of our tricks, secrets, and strategies that we have accrued over cumulatively decades of trading these markets, all into one masterclass, guys. That's the BB Academy. Thanks so much for being here, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. Hopefully we go purple, green, red, and I'll see you guys higher. But if not, it's been a great cycle. It's been great getting to know you guys. Take care, like, and subscribe. See ya.